Okay, here we are at the last set of conditions for personalization, website personalization using Sitecore XM Cloud. So in this video, we're going to look at our visit conditions, and there are three different types of visit conditions that we can see here in the documentation. Let me just talk you through these. So the first type is page view based condition. So here the visitor has or hasn't viewed a specific page within the current visit. Okay, so within the current session. Now, the other important thing to note here is that this is not based on URL, this is based on page name in the site tree. So if we look at our site, for example, when we're building a condition based on page view, we need to be looking at the page names here in the site tree and using that to build our condition. So the first type of visit-based condition is page view. So the use case might be where you have a particular call to action on the homepage, and that call to action leads to, let's call it page X. But if your website visitor has already seen page X, then when they hit the homepage, you don't want that same call to action to be there. There's no point sending them to page X if they've already been there. So maybe you have a call to action for page Y. Okay, so if the visitor has already seen page X, then show page Y. That's an example use case for why you might use page view based personalization. The next type of visit condition is first page. So here we're looking at whether the visit has or hasn't started on a particular page. And again, we're talking about page name, not URL. So again, referencing the site tree. So the use case here might be you're running a particular campaign and you want to target visitors that have come into your site through your campaign landing page. So if the visit has started on campaign landing page, then personalize based on that audience. So that's the fairly typical kind of use case for first page based personalization. And the last one is number of page views. So here you're building a condition based on whether they've viewed a particular page a certain number of times within a certain window. And our maximum window is 30 days. So this is a really interesting condition because you can actually build multiple pages into the condition. And I'll show you an example in just a moment. But consider this. You can build a condition that says if the user has visited page 1, page 2, and page 3 within 30 days, then show them a particular personalization. So a use case for this might be you have a series of informational pages on your site that's essentially building knowledge. So if you know that the visitor has seen these informational pages and therefore we can imply from that they've built up a certain amount of knowledge, then show them as part of the personalization the next best step for them to take. And that might be to make some kind of application or submit an inquiry based on the knowledge that they now have about your website or your company. So that's just running you through the different conditions. And now let's jump into XM Cloud and build a personalization using these conditions combined. So we're going to jump into our XM Cloud personalization demo site. And again, we're just going to do a really simple personalization on the home page. You can see, though, before we do that, our pages here in the site tree, and these are the pages that we're going to be referencing in our condition. So about page 1, 2, 3, and contact us. So we're going to personalize the home page. So let's go to personalize now and create a page variant. And we're going to call this visit. Now we're going to build our audience. Again, I'm just going to use all three conditions with or statements just to show you them all in action. So our first condition, let's go down here to the first visit condition, and that is number of page views. Okay, so let's say the visitor has visited our contact us page within the last 30 days. Again, remember the maximum is 30 days. And the total number of page views is greater than 2. And I may not have mentioned this previously, but again, this shows you the power of building a more complicated condition where it's not just that they've viewed a page, but they've viewed a page more than a certain number of times. And so that's showing a certain amount of intent. Let's add our next condition here. And we're going to add the first page view condition. So the visit has started on a page that contains about. So if the visit starts on the about page, that's what our audience will be built based on. Need to change these to or and or. And the third and last condition is page view. So if the visitor has visited page 1, and remember I said we can build multiple page views into it, so we just use a comma for that, page 2 and page 3. Okay, so again, quite a complicated audience. We wouldn't use this in the real world. This is combining multiple conditions together, but let's save that and then build our personalization. Okay, so it's a bit of a combo audience. So there's no real one particular message that's going to be most appropriate, but let's just create a new content item here based on visit. And the theme across these conditions, I suppose, is that they're a fairly highly engaged visitor. So they've been, generally speaking, more than once or doing something specific on the site. So let's just give them a welcome back message. Okay. That's some simple heading styling. And again, let's just change the hero image as well, just so we can really clearly see the change. Create a new image. Okay, and this is really quick and simple to do. Let's upload a new image. Just going to refresh that to see the image we've uploaded and add that in. Okay, and it is auto saving. Let's just preview that view. So just change the hero image and headline. Okay, that's now done. Let's publish that. And while we're waiting for that to finish publishing, we'll just go back into our audience, just as a reminder of the conditions we've added in here. Okay, I need to remember that we've set this to equal to exactly, okay? So we need to make sure we only refresh twice before visiting the home page. Okay, let's go to our site, open in a new incognito window. Okay, just refresh that to make sure we're getting the latest, and we are. Let's go to our Contact Us page. So that's viewed at once. And hit the home page, and we have our personalization. So that works as expected. Okay, for the next condition, it was the visit has started on a page that contains about us. Okay, so let's go to our about page. Let's grab that and open in a new window. Okay, and now if we hit the home page, we have our personalized message as well. So that works as expected. And lucky last, we have the visitor visiting page 1, 2, and 3 during the current visit. So again, we'll go to our site in a new window. Okay. Now let's visit page 1, which is our beginner information, page 2, and page 3. And now go back to the home page, and it's personalized. As you can see, it works as expected, pretty easy to build, and that's how you do visit-based personalization using Sitecore XM Cloud.